So this is Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive. What I have done is I have made a little modification, mod for the emulator, which allows me to, well, it doesn't really allow me to do very much. What it does is it sorts all of the colours on the screen in order. So basically, if in a line of pixels, all the pixels that are the exact same colour will appear next to each other. And it just sort of orders them in order of when they appear in the colour palette. So we're in the colour palette for Green Hill Zone at the moment, and you know, this lovely kind of blue tone that you see up in the top of the screen from the sky, that appears quite high up in the list of like when these colours appear in the colour palette. So that place seems to kill me. I don't entirely know where I am. So the colours that you see on the right hand of the screen are the ones that appear latest in the colour palette. The ones that appear on the left of the screen are the ones that appear early in the colour palette. So you see all the pixels that represent Sonic are on the right hand side. As a result, I only have the vaguest idea of where I am. Like, I know there's rings on this screen because I can see them in the palette. I can know there's a spring because I can see it in the palette. And this seems to be the bit I couldn't jump over. So let's... Okay, so if I get down to that bit, I can't jump all the way because I'll fall into spikes and die. At least I know if I jump early on I can get rings. I guess because I can't really see what's going on, it probably helps me to jump a lot and roll a lot. So I want to see if I can get to the end of Green Hill Zone. Oh, if I have the invincibility, it means I could get off of that nasty section with the spikes. Oh, that's me going... Okay, I got a checkpoint, that's good. And this is the bit where it launches you up into the air. Fortunately, I played this level a whole lot, so I know roughly my way through the level, or at least, you know, there's a certain amount of memory I can rely on to go, okay, I think I know where I am. I guess the further I get into this, the more I'm going to have to rely on, like, feeling my way through it. But it's really weird, because, like, you see rings on the screen like that swinging platform. That looks like it's always on the right-hand side. It's not. But I know from playing this level a whole lot that there's sprites to my right, so if I jump, it's safe. And there's some piranhas there. I think I've fallen down a pit, so if I run to the right, I will go over it. But I'm not 100% sure. Now, okay, so when I was playing with the braking controls, that is a bit of the level I kept on dying in. That's a sort of a bunch of pits with spikes. So it's going to be very hard to figure out how to get past that bit without doing a whole lot of trial and error. But I know if I go down here, I go through a loop-the-loop. And then, so there's invincibility to my left. So I've got the invincibility. I guess I'm going to need to figure out, because I know Sonic's going to be pushing against a rock at that point in the level. So I know he's going to be pushing against a rock, and that's good. I think I'm on the ramp section. So I'm going to run to the right. That gets me to the spikes. And I keep on going right. Let the piranhas hurt me. I'm going through a loop-the-loop. And then there's a television box to my left. There's a rock to the right. Now, if I press right and jump, I'll jump over the rock. A bit too far. But it's like, so the rock looks like it's on my right-hand side, but that's just because the colours for the rock appear later in the colour palette than the colours for Sonic. So I need to remember all that's showing me is that the rock is on screen. I think there was something I kind of liked about this. I know to go right here and then go right to go up the ramp. Like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to see what would happen if I put this into practice. I was playing around with different ways of sorting the colours. If I just jump a little bit, that might work. So I was playing with different ways of sorting the colours, and I had the idea of sorting them from brightest to least bright, or sorting them randomly. But I think actually ordering them by when they appear in the colour palette is quite nice, because what it does is it kind of creates, like, the colours, if everything in the game is the same colour, like, you know where you are. I don't know where I am. Okay, so I think I'm to the right of the rock now. So, if I press jump and right for like a tiny bit. No. Was that too far or not enough? I cannot tell. Let's try and figure this out. I do like the fact that all the objects kind of move together. I kind of wanted to create this, like, what is the game like? I love what that loop the loop does. I want to go back and just play around with that loop the loop. Because you can see the loop is there by the way the colours are split up. It's kind of cute. Whoa. And some bits, like, look kind of a bit like a loop. I keep on forgetting that the rock is to my left when it looks like it's to my right. So, I need to remember that. But yeah, I like this idea of taking a game that's kind of familiar and going, well, how does this game get played if if you take out certain bits of information? So, if you watch the last video I did, which was where the controller randomizes every 10 seconds, like, I guess what that took away was the bit of information of, what button does what. And this, I've kind of... Oh, I'm on a platform. So am I safe? Oh, there's a checkpoint on screen. I was so close to the checkpoint. Like, in this, all the information is there on the screen. Like, except for each pixel, where that pixel should be horizontally. That's the one bit of information that's taken away, and it completely changes how you're experiencing the game. And I think there's something kind of cool about that. And there's a kind of perfect duration of tap there. Obviously, I have to remember what that duration is while kind of waiting. There's a duration between me getting a go at that and me remembering, like, me getting another go at that. I think maybe that says something about how adding in checkpoints, like more frequent checkpoints, does literally make a game easier, because there's less that you have to kind of memorize between having goes at it. If there was a checkpoint right next to that place, I think it would be easy to kind of trial and error my way through it. Not having a checkpoint forces me to keep on having a go at it, like, as if it's a completely fresh challenge. And it also takes away my ability to kind of commit stuff to memory. So I can't rely on, like... I was jumping, I was pressing jump. I don't know what that meant because it looked like I was running. Maybe I just, like, fell off the edge or something. But that was me trying going, like, after that first jump, going full tilt to the right and seeing if I just jump when it looks like Sonic has landed. Does that make it work? Oh, I got over it. Didn't get the checkpoint, but I got over it. That was me kind of trial and error, just like... That was a lot of random tapping. Like, jumping... Oh my god, I can't believe I beat that. That was a lot of me just holding right and, like, pressing on and off, like, tapping right, stopping, tapping right, and jumping whenever, like, just keep on tapping the jump button. I can't believe that worked. So I know there's spikes right there to the right of that first spring. So there's a spring to the right. So if I go, now I'm pushing it, I jump a little bit, move a little to the right. And then once I'm in the air, I think I need to push right. Okay, cool. I've got rings. Rings are good. Now, I know... Oh. Now, I know that's a wall that you can kind of break through, so I need to roll into it. Or not. It is interesting that that wall there seems to register as a different colour. I wonder... Oh, well, maybe it is actually a different colour. Or maybe it's sort of... The Mega Drive kind of recognises it as a different colour because it's a colour for a sprite and not a colour for background or scenery. I'm just going to keep on running and jumping. So here's another bit with the breakable wall. I have no idea where I am. I broke through the wall. I'm just going to run and jump because I... Okay, I got to the boss. I had no idea where I was there. And this is me just kind of vaguely knowing, like, having done this boss enough time, I know Robotnik's vaguely in the middle, and if I keep on holding right, I'll go all the way to the right. I think I had a thing going on there. If I kind of keep on holding on to left until I think I'm all the way to the left. Then keep on holding right until I think I'm all the way to the right. And like between that, like I can tell where I am vertically. So, like I know I'm at the bottom now. Although, oh, that's a weird effect watching that ball go up and down. And I don't know if the ball's on the left or the right. That's a cool effect, just watching the ball bob up and down. If I can get that invincibility again. I have to figure out how. So that buzz bomber hit me, but I have no idea how. Oh, wow, I was further back than I thought I was. Thought I was quite far to the right. I was actually quite far to the left and fell into a pit of spikes. I've got infinite lives on to basically, because otherwise I'd be doing the same bits over and over. So... I know from playing this game enough, like, where Robotnik roughly is, but I have no idea where I am myself. I'm on the bottom right. I don't know where the wrecking ball is. Is the wrecking ball on the right or the left? So... I don't know how to get the ring. Right, so the ball goes down. If I get the ball on the way down, that's... So... So ball coming up. Ball going down. I mean, it could just be a 50-50 guess on which side of the screen it's on. Oh, I did it. I guess, depending on different... You're seeing some bits of the graphics kind of poking through here in kind of not mashed up colours. The reason for that, I guess, is because there's different rendering modes, and this effect, where it's rearranging all the pixels, only affects one of the rendering modes. But that was cool. I kind of managed to kind of guess my way through that, just by knowing, like, it was like I managed to logic my way through the problem, just by guessing, like, where do I think Robotnik is right now? Where do I think I am right now? I'm just kind of focusing on going to the right now. And I know where I am, and I'm coming up to the pipes. Oh god, this is going to be... Well, I wonder, like... If I can go through, it'll let me go through. If I can't, it won't. But I am kind of doing this mechanically, like, just kind of guessing my way through this, because I have no idea where I am or what I'm doing. I don't even know if I'm making any progress. I don't feel like I'm making any progress. There is a visual effect revealing something, but I don't know what it's revealing. If I go right a bit first, I wonder if that helps. That's okay, I got... And now here's the bit where I need to push the rock. And that's okay, because I don't actually need to know where I am, except there's those bat brains there. I don't actually need to know where I am in order to do this bit. I'm just going to wait for that to come all the way up. And then I go down. And then to the left, and I hit a checkpoint. Now, I know all this stuff from playing this level like 1,000 times on my last weird glitchy experiments thing. And I'm trying not to die there, because now it's harder, because there's no rings. So I can remember this bit. So there's the pipe here. And I just walk past the pipe. I can't remember how far apart the jumps are. And how long I need to wait for them. I can't even remember, like, there's... I can hear spikes coming up and down. But I don't know where they are. Am I nearby? Am I far away? So, I've got 0 rings. I am next to the thing that's near the... Ooh. I'm going completely on memory now, trying to figure out where I am. Oh, maybe it's the spikes are above the pipe. So I just need to wait and walk through, and then once I'm through, hold on to the right. Sorry, to the left. And then when do I fall in the lava? how much of the stuff... Okay, so I travel far enough right for something to appear on the screen. And there's like, I don't know, maybe a tenth of the screen filled up with the pipe is how I know when I'm at the end of the line. So I go through here. What's hard is I don't know whether I'm like within crushing distance of the pipe or if I'm not within crushing distance of the pipe. So if I move... Right. So I'm next to the pipe. Push my way through and fall down a bit, and that's immediately when I hold left. Then I tap forwards a bit until I can see a rock's going to fall. Or not. Okay, I think I'm on the edge because Sonic's animation seems to have changed. So I hold right and press jump for like a second. And just... Oh, that's nice. So I was kind of holding down the right button, and then I have no... Something crushed me. I think I was on the thing, on the weight. I don't know. Yeah, no, I was way off with that. Okay, let's keep this going. So, push my way through here, and I can wait until the animation for Sonic changes, which is round about here. So... So the trick seems to be, like... Where even am I? I don't have any idea what hit me there, but fortunately I grabbed the ring. I have no context of where I am. I know there's a spiky thing that's going to fall down on me, but I do not know... where that is. Like in my mental model of the level, that's not there. There's a spiky weight, but like higher up. No. So that's me trying to hold left. Sorry, hold right. Hold jump and right for like half a second and then tap left for maybe a quarter of a second or something like that. That's how I seem to be jumping over those pits. Now holding right and now switch to left. Push forward a bit until roughly here and then and as soon as I fall in the lava, it's just press right and jump, and that seems to be sufficient to get me up. So... Oh! I know this trap. So, I push to the right, and then it comes down, and I jump and go to the left, and now I'm standing on it. And at a certain point I need to run right and jump. And now I'm on the platforms which move in and out. I go to the right, there's bat brains, so I'm just going to jump to kill the bat brains. And I can see the smaller weight falling down. I know I'm on the left hand side, I'm not on it, so I'm going to go to the left. so it doesn't crush me. I had no idea where I was, so I just went on the left to get off that weight. No, I was nearly on the weight, but now I know I'm balancing, so I'm on the right-hand side. No. Sonic did not seem to be jumping there, even though I really wanted him to. So you can see the grey thing coming down and roughly intersecting. Oh wait, am I above the small weight? I am above the small weight. Oh, it landed on me. It's really hard to know if you're in a position where it can land on you. And I think there's a space to the left-hand side of it. But I don't honestly remember. No. I'm forming a little strategy for that bit, but it doesn't work 100% of the time. I mean, there may come a point with the later levels where I just need to look up, like, a map of the level to try and kind of gain an idea of where I am. And now I know why people make pixel maps of levels for Sonic, not just to look pretty. And I have a couple of t-shirts that I made which use... just take level layouts from Sonic games and like use them as a design on t-shirts. So I thought they looked really nice. I don't sell them anywhere, they're just for my own amusement. So it's quite cool that this particular bit of level you can kind of work out what you're supposed to do. Like, you can... The platforms moving in and out is readable in this. In a way, it's surprising me that I'm having an easier time with this mod, I guess we'll call it a mod, than I did with or not. Maybe I spoke too soon. But I seem to be having an easier time with this than I did with the control switching, which is weird because this, like, totally wrecks your kind of spatial awareness. So even though it looks like I'm on the right of the small weight, I'm actually on the left of it. Can I just walk onto it? No. So I can see the small weight coming up and then falling down. And I went too far to the right there. And fell all the way back down. Another nice thing about the mods, the memory mod that gives me infinite lives, is it also gives me infinite time. Oh, I was standing on the thing. I was standing on the small weight. And crushed by the small weight, presumably. I shouldn't jump at that point, because there's spikes up there, and those spikes can kill you. So I'm just gonna jump in the lava and have another go. So I think I'm in a good location to start jumping now. No. I was not. Yeah, I was in the lava there. It's weird having my own kind of... Well, I've got my mental model of where I am, but it's only, you know, based on it's sort of hazy memories, and like there's some things that I can do to kind of logic stuff out. So like I know as I move to the right there's less of the pipe on the screen, and I can use that to inform myself of where am I, because like I know the width of the pipe represents where I am left to right, but here I have to know that the weight is to the right, is to the left of Sonic. I have to know that I need to be slightly away from the wall in order to jump on these moving platforms. I need to remember there's bat brains there. I think I'm to the right of the weight. And now I don't know if I'm to the right or the left of the weight. I think I'm to the right of the weight, so I'm going to try a small jump next time it comes down. No. Oh, no, I was close. It was really interesting. It was in the book Metagaming by... Oh, I was on it, but I didn't know when was the safe time to jump off of it. Stephanie Bullock and... Patrick Lemieux. They wrote a book called Metagaming, a kind of academic video games book. One of the things it talked about was the difference between Ocarina of Time being played by blind people and Ocarina of Time being played by sighted people wearing blindfolds, so speedrunners and things. So the blind, there was a blind player who took to the forums to try and figure out how to, you know, how they could play and beat the game, and they got the kind of speedrunning community to help them devise strategies. There was also a, you know, after they like figured out all the strategies and this player managed to do it, some of the speedrunners started having them goes themselves at the blindfolded speedrunner, at playing the game through blindfolded as a speedrun. And what was interesting about it was that their way of playing while blindfolded was very different, because their mental model of the game was based on the knowledge and experience that they already had built from playing the game while sighted. And this idea that the experience of the game is different because, like, for the sighted players, their ways of figuring stuff out was based on using sort of sighted knowledge. So they had a different mental model of what the game world looked like and how it was composed. I wonder if this is doing a similar thing. The fact that my mental model of this level is based on having played it recently. So I'm figuring out where am I in a map of the world that I have already put together and rehearsed. And my experience is probably going to change once I get to levels which I'm not as familiar with because I haven't played them as recently. So if I go down, I can go to the right, and then I have no idea where I am, so I'm going all the way to the right just to kind of rescue myself. But I figured out I can get to a safe spot. So I know this is a safe spot, so I know I'm to the left of the small weight. And when it comes down, I go down a little bit. I can go down a little bit until I end up on its level. Go to the left, and then when it's down, go all the way to the right. And I know I am lined up exactly with the left-hand side of this weight. So when it comes down, I press jump, tap a little bit, and I'm on. And then I've got to figure out how to get off that thing. Because there's another weight to the right that I need to jump onto. I was close. I can see I was close to the end there. I guess I feel like I am building up ways of working my way through this challenge. I find it particularly interesting the fact that I could not figure out any strategies with the randomly changing controllers, that I am able to figure out strategies with this. And I wonder if it's like my means of interacting with the game, by which I mean the controller, is consistent over time. So I can take as long as I want. I know when I press my buttons, like exactly what changes are going to happen to my mental model of the game. So even though there's less information, it's predictable. I wonder if the predictability is affecting my experience more than the information. And that's kind of weird. Like when you don't... So in the other game, I didn't know which buttons were which, and like the buttons would be remapped every 10 seconds. And I found it a real struggle because I was trying constantly to figure out where am I? You know, where am I? And well, no, I wasn't trying to figure out where am I. It is quite hard to talk and play at the same time. Oh, okay, there's a timing thing. I need to figure out when the block to the right has come down. So I want to go when the small weight is higher than the big weight. So like there. Oh, I thought I was going to be on top of the big weight. That's got to be it though. That's got to be the way to figure this out. And that's the interesting thing, that the controller is staying consistent. So my strategies, even if it takes me a while to get back to where I was, my strategy remains consistent. I have no idea what hit me there. Honestly, none. mean, I may look at a map soon to check that my mental model of the level's correct, because I could have sworn... Like, what if the weight is to the left? What if the big weight is to the left of the small weight? I'm assuming it's to the right of the small weight, and that could be why I keep on falling off. Okay, I'm on top. I really don't want to get hurt. I want some rings. Yes, I got rings! The sound of those lava balls is terrifying right now. I did it! I cannot believe I got past that. So maybe it would seem to be if I ran too far to the right on that weight, on the second weight, that I hit into something. I don't know what I was hitting into, but I was hitting into something. Okay, now we're on to levels that I cannot remember at all, because I have not played this game recently enough. I know there's a... And this one kind of zigzags left to right. Oh no, this is the one where you've got to push the weight into the water and stand... the lava, sorry, and stand on the weight while it's floating. Alright, there's a button. I could sort of figure out that it was to my left by going left and seeing the screen stop changing. But I don't know, do I need to jump and go left here? Looks like it. There's bat brain, so I need to jump. I have no idea where I am. So it's funny, Sonic's facing to the left, but he looks like he's facing the right. I had no idea where I was there, no idea where I needed to go. I might plug away at this for 5 minutes and then bring out a map. And then to the left, and just left and jump. Okay, just run, Sonic, run! I don't even know where... I know there's one of these that you're meant to stay on it and let it push you into the air. And I cannot remember for the life of me where that is. So I can get some rings. Fall down onto here and then push this into the water. Okay, I am standing on it though. I was standing on it. Oh, do you need to jump onto the things? So jump onto the platforms so that it doesn't. I need to jump onto the platform so that it doesn't push me off into the lava. Okay, I've got a ring, that's good. Now I push the rock. I had to completely guess. I had no idea where the rock was. All I know is that it's in the water. Okay, I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. Do I jump now? That was correct. Maybe if I just keep on running, once I'm like at the bit where I think I need to jump, just make a dash for it, and except I'll lose all of my rings, but like that's not what matters. I'm now starting to think of other things I could do this effect with. Like, you could do this, like, if I took in a video feed from a camera and then just pass that through to something else, I could use this to play all kinds of things that, you know, without needing to modify the emulator. That's food for thought. I'm glad I'm glad I captured that on audio so I don't forget it. I don't know how to get those rings anymore. I think I was just holding right and jumping, but I don't know. Let's... How on earth was I getting those rings? And this gets harder with fewer rings, so... Okay, so you need to go slowly. So I drop down. There we go. And now I'm pushing the block into the water. I fell onto the rock. I'm on the rock. I have no rings, but I'm on the rock. I fell off the rock. Cool! I mean, presumably, like, some players, you know, this is, we know, like, that this is beatable because, for the same reason that you could beat it blindfolded. Like, yeah, this is beatable for the same reason you could beat it blindfolded. But it is different. No, was I hit by a fireball or by lava there? I don't know. I did make progress, but I think it was just because I was lucky enough to grab a ring on the way down. Oh my god, what? Am I going... Is this good? Is this bad? How did I... How did I do that? Please be a checkpoint soon. No. I can't even, like, which direction do I go in to get my rings out the lava? I can't believe I actually managed to get past that bit of the level. That's incredible. I did not know I had it in me. Okay, well that's something special. That's something I learned today. Every day's a school day. So I'm going a bit... It's like if you can catch one ring on the way down, or maybe I just have to try and move at the same speed I think the rock's moving in. I don't know how fast the rock moves. I don't know how fast, like, what speed do I need to go in order to land on it? Where even is that button? Is that to my right? Is that to my left? There we go. That's done. And come down to the rock. I don't know what I landed on, but I did good. I'm just pushing right and jumping. I have no idea what actually happens in that area, and there's a checkpoint up there, I remember. I have no idea where I am. There is a checkpoint up there. Okay, I'm going to pause and bring up a map. Be right back. Okay, so we are back in the room. Let's have another go at this. So it's actually been about an hour since last time I had a go at this. I said I was going to go and see if I could find a map of the level, and I ended up having computer trouble instead, so I've actually just been hanging around for an hour. And somehow have just managed to luck into getting that bit done. So let's see, maybe I won't need the map. Maybe just what I needed was a bit of a break. A bit of not seeing the screen for a while. I hope. Is that up there? I've got something. So I can see there's a thing swinging back and forth there. I want to go left and right. Maybe there isn't. Okay, maybe there just isn't a checkpoint over there. Because I would see it. So I must be nearing a gap now. Because... okay, because I can see if the light pink is roughly halfway across, that means I am near the edge. Presumably. So it's going to go off screen and come back on. Oh my god, did I just luck into landing on that thing? I don't know if I made progress or not there. But I know, so this is it swinging forwards. Did I move on to another one? I think this is forwards. Or not. Just guess and run. I remembered that was something bad, that there was a bad guy there, and that spring is going to kill me, and I do not know how close I am to it. So I can see the spring start to appear if I'm in the right location, so, but how close is it? I think it's when the light of this is... okay, so I think I'm near a wall now, so if I jump and press right I should be able to jump. I jumped onto it. I jumped onto a pipe which went down. I think I have to jump up and left. And I think if I go... okay, it's a shield. I was really hoping that that would be... I was really hoping that that would be a... I was really hoping that would be a checkpoint. Right, I'm gonna have another couple of goes at this before I go and look up on the map. Because I did seem to be making some semblance of progress there. I mean, there's no point in this one because I need the rings to get across. Don't know what clicked there. But I don't know, I slowed down and I kind of logicked out where I was going and what I was trying to do. Have I only just collected one ring so far in this bit? 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe if I count it out.
So that was about 5 I needed to jump there. Three, 4, 5, 6. I mean, once I get to a certain point, I can start jumping and trying to stay roughly jumping at the same speed as the, if I try to jump roughly, keep on jumping but moving roughly by tapping the controller, try to move roughly the same speed as the block. That seems to work. And then with this, I wait for it to be close, and then I can go right a bit. And then it catches me. So I don't actually need to know where that is. So I'm going to the right, and I go right. Okay, I know I've got the caterpillar there. Oh god, that looks terrifying, because you have no idea how close it is. How big of a run-up I'll need to do to get to it. And of course, I know with that bad guy, you can't get it from the back, but I don't know what killed me. But I'm building up a picture. This may be worth sticking with. Maybe it is possible to do this without looking at a map. I mean, I'm still relying on old kind of memories of what I think goes on in this level. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. It looks like I'm in the lava, but I've actually made it to the other side. So there's a certain amount of counting I needed to do. Also noticing, like, when the environment, like, there's a certain bunch of purple that when it stops changing, I know I'm at the wall, and the wall is pushing against me. And then here's the thing, so I wait, and now I go right, because I know it, okay. It looked like it could catch me. It could not catch me. But progress. This is some semblance of progress. That's not, but, you know. When you make a bit of progress, it does feel like you've solved some kind of satisfying puzzle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I just drop right. So I know when to jump up now to get onto the platform. So that's a good start. That's because I feel like I can get past that bit of a level with a certain amount of confidence now. And then if I just let my momentum carry me down to that. So here I am, the purple's coming in, and now I jump. Maybe from that bit I just need to press left and jump. Like, once I'm off that rock I actually can just, you know, damage boost my way through it. It turns out there is a checkpoint around here. I will be annoyed, but hey ho. So it's going around, now I can go to the right, and now I've landed on it. So it's going to go left and right. And I should be on the second one. Right. I think. So I think I've made progress, so, and then this one's to the right. And I think I just hit into a caterpillar there. Hit that one. Now I've got to watch out for the spring. There's 2 caterpillars? I guess that was a bit of Caterkiller bouncing all the way up to get me. I mean, something I like about the glitching is this way that, from the computer's perspective, like, if you imagine the computer is a person, or can be looked at as a person, like, if you personify it, you can go, it's acting, completely rationally. As far as it knows, everything's working perfectly. The only thing that's not working perfectly is my perception of what's going on. I guess what's slightly different with this compared to, say, the random controls is that what's missing for me is actually useful information for me. By which I mean the bit of information that tells me where, like, what's the x-coordinate of everything on the screen, basically. That information is missing to me. I'm having to infer that, or use past knowledge. So here's the bit where the lava's supposed to chase you, and I know you're just supposed to go to the right and jump through it. I think I can go up and left here, and there should be something of interest here, but I don't think it's a checkpoint. I would see it if it was a checkpoint, but now I'm on the swinging thing. So here's the left, and here's the right. And I'm on it. And here's the left, and here's the right. And I fell in the lava, I've got to run and jump. As long as I'm holding right when I hit the spring, it's okay. And I like that effect of the kind of spiky Sonic trail to Sonic's left. Just in all the different colours that are in there. Right, so jumping to the right, and I get up here. Step on the thing, jumping to the left, that takes me up here. Jumping to the right, should get me the shield. And then I come to the block, which I can just push in. And I'm standing on it. And I know there's one of those I need to jump off on, but I can't remember which one. I'm going to get myself the map, so I can figure this out, so hold on 1 second. Sonic 1 maps. And so I'm just looking on it's a Sonic Retro website. Oh yes, okay, I can see it now. There's 2 blocks there. So let's get back to this. Wish me luck. So I've just got on another screen now, I've got a little map showing so I can kind of figure out roughly where I am and get a little reminder of what's supposed to be here. I think I kind of want to do it this way right now just because there's a lot of trial and error involved right now. And to get back to the point I want to get to, I have to go through this bit again and again, and that's taking a lot of time, that's a bit tedious. I mean, that could be part of the challenge, and I have chosen not to make it part of the challenge. So there is the ball, and come this way, I'm on it. Oh, this is scary. I always thought there was just the one caterpillar there, but it turns out there's two. How close do I have to be for this thing to spring me? Honestly, that was me just guessing distances there. And there's like this little button here. And I ran to the left, I should have gone to the right. It's like I've done that bit so many times. And you just totally forget. But I guess, yeah, I should remind myself to put up levels of, like, just, I don't know, like a little picture of roughly where we are in the level. Like, while we're playing, just to make it a bit more... Just to make it a bit clearer so you can see what's going on under the hood. I just lucked out. I got all the way there without having to lose a single ring. Now, what the level map I have up doesn't show me is whether or not there's any checkpoints. I've got the shield, I've got rings. I'm standing on the thing, I just run to the left and then... Oh no, because you need to stand on it for the second time. But there's a secret route here. But how do I get up? Do I just stand on it? How do I even know if I'm on it? I'm on it! I'm off of it. So there's this first block I need to jump over, there's this second block I need to jump onto, and then I need to be standing on the pushing block while a jet of lava launches it into the air. That's tough. I'm just gonna check. Come on, let's see if I can find a map with a checkpoint on it. I'll find a picture of Marble Zone Act 2. It seems to have backgrounds on it, so let's... see if I can find Act 2 checkpoints. Maybe there are no checkpoints in it. Oh no, there's... I can see... Okay, I'm looking at the map and I can see one checkpoint. That's frustrating, and it's after the lava pits that I'm stuck on. Oh well, let's keep on trying. I do find it feel cool that I've kind of stumbled upon a way of mostly being able to do this bit, which is kind of cool. Also, for whatever reason, it must be the lava effect, means that you can see the bottom there. I wasn't running quickly enough. That's how I guess the mod works, by kind of interrupting the draw command from the Mega Drive at a certain point, and it's at that point where it goes now rearrange all the pixels that you've got stored in memory. I shouldn't have jumped, you just need to go to the right. totally forgot to jump onto the platform there. That was my own fault. I feel like I'm getting better at this, and that's nice. And here's where I jump. Now I'm standing on the platform, so I just need to jump and go to the left and keep on jumping and running, and I get over there. But however, I'm back. Whatever I'm actually doing on the screen there, I don't know, but it gets me to the next bit of the level. So what I see on the map here is that actually there are sets of these. There's 1, 2, 3. I think I did that wrong. I think I was on the wrong side there. But I got both of the caterpillars. Jump up here. I really want that shield, for obvious reasons. So, there are 3 lava jets here. The first one, I need to just let it jump me up, and then jump onto the next bit. Then I need to get onto the thing, lava jet pushes me up, and I jump onto the thing, and then I need to get down onto the 3rd lava jet, which is going to push me up, and I jump up here. Please give me rings. And there's a checkpoint up and to the left here. I did it! I got to a checkpoint! Oh, I'm happy. I was looking at the map and I was keeping an eye on like what's on the map to try and figure out where I was. Now I'm just pressing right and I don't know where I am. So I can see there is the map. I'll try doing it without the map for a little bit, but no idea. Literally no idea where I am. Alright, let's see, like, try and do it with the map and see just how much more straightforward it becomes. So I've just scanned, I've got a second screen and I'm just keeping an eye on, like, where. I've got the bit of the map I think we'll end up going to on that second screen. So right now I'm just running and jumping. And I go through these bits. There's a shield down there. Oh. There we go. I've got a shield. Got lost my rings, but I got 1 ring. So I've got a shield and a ring. Oh, I can... This bit, I remember this bit. You're supposed to ride on the thing, but you can just run, and that caterpillar, which way is it going? Don't know. I killed it. Cool. Alright, so we've got some more. Yeah. So that's a caterpillar there, but I have to jump on it before it... I am going backwards now. It is so hard to judge where you're supposed to be. So that's rings in that TV. Interesting, I thought it was something else. thought it was a shield, honestly. And now I have no idea where everything is in this bit, so I am just pressing right and jumping periodically. Perhaps not a smart idea, but let's see. Get some rings. The fact is that you can pick up rings whenever you get hurt does make it so much easier to do weird stuff like this, because you're less worried about, like, the permanence of everything you're doing. And the spin attack is a nice move because it makes you temporarily safe. There's on the screen there's an invincibility TV. I don't know where it is, I don't know where I am. But I seem to be able to pick up rings on the way. And now it's hard, I kind of really need rings for this, because I get up to the top of this bit, so I jump onto this platform, jump off of it, and roll, and I just chance myself into hitting a caterpillar there, so that's good. Spikes are going to come down after this bit, and I need to guess where they are coming down to. I can't see them. Is it those ones? So I got to be careful not to jump into those spikes which move up and down. So I also need to make sure to grab these rings before I go any further in this bit of the level. I jumped right down into a trap. That was smart of me. That's a nice effect where the lava's appearing to the right of Sonic. So it looks like he's got a kind of flame halo around him. Yeah, I think I was jumping around in a pit of lava there. So, spin attacking, just running and spinning, seems to be a really good way through this bit, because it stops you having to worry so much about enemies. So, I saw that was there on the map, I'd forgotten. I mean, I would have remembered from childhood, but... So I need to jump up here, and then I can keep on running and jumping and going right. And then the next one of these, I can't just go right, because it's next to it will squish me, and this gets me to the checkpoint. There we go. Oh, that was hard work, but I managed. It's amazing, like, once you start looking at a map, it sort of changes it from a kind of everything's a shot in the dark to you have some level of estimation on where you are. You can kind of figure it out, you have enough knowledge to know where things are supposed to be, and you can kind of figure out the rest from context clues. And you just find your own way of interpreting the context clues, such as where the positions of the colours are on the screen and what that means. And I guess that is like what Patrick Lemieux and Stephanie Bullock, I'm afraid I don't know how to pronounce her surname, but were talking about in their book when they were comparing speedrunners. See, right now I'm playing with no idea where I am, but where they were comparing blind runs of Ocarina of Time between speedrunners and sighted, like, visually impaired players, and you know, that difference between being able to make it through the game because you are interpreting everything as raw input and going, okay, I know which combination of my inputs and the game's outputs end up resulting in the game state which I want, and knowing in advance what's supposed to be there, having a mental model which you've built through sight, through already navigating this place with a broader range of senses. See, I have no idea where I'm going right now. I have no idea what this part of the map is supposed to be or represent. I don't know what's meant to be to my left, what's meant to be to my right. Now, if I'd seen this before, if I was looking at a map, I'd be able to figure this out. And I guess... But if I'm, looking at this for the very first time, then I have absolutely no context for where I am and where I'm supposed to be. And it's like if I was a blind player playing Ocarina of Time and I could figure out where I was and what I was doing, from the sound effects and the music, but my mental model of what was going on and how close I was to my objectives would be different to a sighted player who's going, oh, I'm in this location in the map, I'm in this location in the map. And in previous levels, I had an idea of which location of the map I was, and when it started getting hard was when I had no idea where I was, and the level wasn't so easy that I could just press right and jump, and I'd eventually get through it with enough trial and error, which is what you can do in Green Hill Zone. Marble Zone's harder because there's actually traps designed into it. You actually have to think about where you're going and what you're doing a lot harder in Marble Zone. And right now, I have absolutely zero context of what this place would look like without the visual effects, and I have no idea where I'm going. Absolutely zero idea where I'm supposed to go. But if this was the only way I could play the game, this would be the entirety of the game, was figuring this out. I don't know, I guess it's... I have no idea what I did or how I managed to get through that. I'm standing on something. Well, I got through parts of that eventually. But it's like, for this level, my entire mental model is what you're seeing on the screen, is mashes of colours and actions I can perform that will cause the mashes of colours to change. And I can imagine where I may be in the world of the game, but I can't know that. Like, I'm guessing I need to go left here, but it's a total guess. But, in Act 2, I started using a map, and instantly the challenge just, it totally transformed, because I stopped going, like, it wasn't about what inputs do I need to do to get through this set of timed colour changes, but it became about, can I use the information I have right now to tell where I am on the map and what the state of the environment is. I mean, that seems to be a section where I need to run left. I've run left as far as I can, and now that just got me a shield. I'm meant to go down. Is that a thing I think that's the thing I was meant to go down. And then I'm running and going right, but that didn't let me, so I run and go left and jump a whole bunch. And I'm going right. And that seems to have made me fall down something. Killed a caterpillar somehow. There's a button that needs to be pressed, but I don't know where it is. Do I go right a bit and then jump? If I go right, there is a bit where Sonic falls down. Now, am I making any progress? I honestly don't know. And I can't figure out what set of inputs I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not doing, but I think that button must be on the far left of the screen. I've hit it. What did it do? I don't know. I'm going left a bunch, I'm going right a bunch. Eventually I drop down into the desired location. I can push a rock and stand on it, but eventually I get pushed off of it. I think I'm running faster than it. And I could not tell where I was supposed to be there. So let's bring up a map of Act 3. Right, so I am supposed to start off by going right. And then I go down a slope. And then there's two ways through this. I can go a high route and a low route. So if I'm seeing the TV, that means I've gone past the entrance to high route. So if I run to the left and jump, is this the low route? The high route, sorry. Route A and Route B. I think I'm just gonna have to go to the low route because I can't figure out how to get there. And this bit, I think jumping and going left a whole bunch is probably the solution. Because it's a bunch of islands and falling weights, but I need to jump before the very end of it, otherwise I get stuck. I tried to go back and get my rings, but I think the wall was actually way higher than I gave it credit for. And then this bit, I kind of need to jump until I think I'm over it. And these are two pipes which go up and down, so if I go all the way to the left I get a shield, but then I need to go all the way to the right again, and then I fall down a hole with a caterpillar in it, but I went past the caterpillar, and now there's a pipe going up and down, which I keep on thinking I'm like horizontally aligned with it, and I'm not. Fallen down a hole. I think I'm in the right location, and the lava's appeared. So yeah, this is so much easier with a map because I can kind of infer where I am. But this rock is kind of awkward because it goes under all these. Oh god, I need to be standing on the rock and let these lava jets propel me up into the air. That's really hard. Let's see if I can manage. No. Oh god, that's tricky. it's good that I can run a bit and collect a ring. What's hard is knowing whether or not because I can. There's some crumbling floors that I can get stuck in. And I think I got squished there. But the crumbling blocks that I can get stuck under, so I need to jump before I reach them, otherwise I'll get stuck underneath them. I mean, I think I just fluked my way past all of that. I feel like I'm fluking my way past a whole lot of stuff, and now I've kind of figured out where I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to be going in this thing, so... He says, wishfully. I've got to get onto that button, but I have no idea where it is, I have no idea where I am. I'm level with a pipe. I appear to have gone down a hole, and there is a TV to my left. Is it worth going for? I cannot figure out how to get down there, so I go over here, I stand on this. Still, was I on it? Have I gone too far to the left or too far to the right? I don't know. I have no idea how to get past that bit. I have absolutely no idea where I am. I think I'm going to give myself one more life and then call it a day at that. It is... I mean, that's a point where it feels like... I mean, maybe it is doable if I spend enough time on it. It is interesting that there's certain parts of this that you can do just by kind of furiously mashing, and then some bits that you absolutely can't. See, I'm wondering, like, is this bit supposed to be going up and down? Like, what's with that wiggly line on what I assume to be the pipe? So I go down. So I'm on top of the tall bit. I have no idea where the block is. Absolutely no idea where the block is. Oh well, I've got back to another one. Nope. Oh, I have no idea. I think I've done had a good old try at this. So, oh god, I mean, what do I learn from this? I guess the biggest thing I'm getting from this is, like, what this kind of seems to be doing is changing the way that I am interpreting the level around me. the world around me as a physical space. Like, when I was playing with the randomized controls, what I noticed was that I could not learn, I could not get better. With this, I can learn, I can form strategies, I can get better at doing this. Until it gets to a point where I can't kind of map what I'm seeing on the screen into a kind of mental model of the physical world. Once it's just colours that seem to change under certain inputs at certain times, it does become unsolvable, or at least it feels unsolvable. Like, I could do it by trial and error, but there's certain points where you're like, you know, you can eventually, once you accidentally get it right, you have no idea what it was that you accidentally did that got you there. And I find that particularly with this level, even when with the map in front of me, to be honest. But having that map, giving yourself another tool which allows you to make the mental map, makes it feel so much simpler to actually make progress in the game. And it's amazing how much of an impact that had of having the tools to be able to go, like, you know, I've got information on the screen, I've got knowledge of what should be in the level in the form of the map, and with a bit of time, I can, you know, I can rationalize these two things together. Where that gets hard is in situations where you don't have the time, such as that floating platform. You know, you either get it or you die, you know, this bit that's killing me on this level. The other thing which kind of scuppers me is just where it's just kind of hard to tell the state, where I was not able to figure out a way to map what was going on the screen to what the state of the game was. So if you saw the button that I struggled to jump on. So yeah, this has been interesting. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope you've enjoyed all the pretty colours. And I guess I'll be doing more weird experiments with other things soon. So have a lovely day, and I shall see you all again sometime.